How's it going? I'm Coach Jordan. This is Coach Kevin from Sweat 60, and we're gonna be going over the trap bar deadlift, how to dial it in, some things that we see that break down, but also things people do to make it work really well for themselves and their body. What we're gonna start on level 1 here is just breaking down what the form looks like, the mechanics of what a deadlift, a hinge position is, right? Hinge positions, like deadlifts, aren't inherently bad. Doing bad deadlifts could cause a little bit of pain through your low back along the way. So one thing we do is lock in our form and lock in our position. So I'm gonna have Coach Kevin come over this way. He's gonna get right off to the side and he's gonna get nice and tall, and he's gonna put 3 points of contact through the hinge. So we have the head on the PVC, the shoulders, and his butt are on the PVC point. So he's gonna soften the knees and then just start to push the butt back. Think about pushing the end of the PVC pipe back through the ground, and he's gonna push the ground up and get tall. One analogy I love to think of with the deadlift, the hinge position in general, is think about if you're picking up some groceries right out of your car and you need to close the car door with your butt. How are you gonna do it? You're gonna push your butt cheeks back right through. So perfect, thank you, Kevin. We'll get rid of this PVC pipe here. That really shows off our bottom position of that trap bar deadlift. So as we approach the bar, same thing. He's gonna get his feet right in between, about shoulder width apart, or where he can produce power. I'll even give you 3 little jumps here, 2, 3. Typically by that 3rd landing, his feet are in a position where he feels comfortable producing power, and you will the same way. What he's gonna do is soften those knees, pull him back in this position. I'm gonna have you hold this for a second. So a great deadlift position. I should be able to see the logo of his shirt right at that bottom. So I'm gonna have him hinge a little bit more, getting those knees through, keeping his shoulder blades tight and packed. And you feel that tension through the bar, a little shaking even. That's perfect, because he's gonna push his feet straight through that ground to get nice and tall, standing up vertically and controlling down. Standing up tight and push and controlling down. So some common things we see with the deadlift, you can relax for a second. Some common things we see is it's really pushing the ground away. If you're thinking about pulling this weight up, you're not gonna be keeping that back in that tight position that he did. Another thing that we're gonna see at the bottom is why we focused on getting his lats so tight. I'm gonna have you go to that bottom position. We want these lats to get tight so that when he pushes that ground away, it gives no point in that low back to curl up, to fire in. So he's gonna pull these back, tight logo of the shirt, stomp through that ground. Another common thing is at the top, not finishing all the way tall. Okay, so he's finishing, that's a half rep. Sometimes people go all the way forward. I'm not gonna make you do that too long. We wanna drive the tip of our crown of our cap, crown of your head, straight up through the ground. He's squeezing glutes. His abs are on in this position and controlling. With that, the last point is keeping those shoulder blades tight. So one of the keys I love, if I had 2 $100 bills, I'm gonna slip both $100 bills in his armpits, and he's gonna keep that tight. Don't let the dollar bills fall. And that goes back to keeping that upper back tight, right? The upper body is along for the ride. So the upper body is what keeps us locked in while our legs push the ground away. This is one of the most common lifts. We do this every Tuesday at Sweat 60 in our strength and sweat class. Gets people dialed in. Come check it out. Come to our Tuesday class, learn the correct form, grab one of our coaches, and we'll get you dialed in right away. Again, this is Kevin, this is Jordan. See you at Sweat 60.